Now shifting focus to the United States. In Minneapolis, another American civilian has been shot and killed by ICE agents during an immigration enforcement operation. Massive protests have erupted across the country, including Minneapolis and New York, after the deadly shooting of Alex Jeffrey Pretti. The dispute has taken on a political tone, with many criticizing federal tactics and calling for accountability. Demonstrators carried signs that read "ICE out of Minnesota" as they moved through the city. In fact, even former President Barack Obama said that Pretti's shooting should serve as a wake-up call, warning that fundamental American values are under growing threat. Former President Bill Clinton also delivered a blistering critique of the Trump administration, saying peaceful protesters across the country have been arrested, beaten, and tear-gassed. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz then called on President Donald Trump to withdraw thousands of federal agents from the state, warning that the operation is putting American lives at risk.
We believe in law and order in this state. We believe in peace. And we believe that Donald Trump needs to pull these 3,000 untrained agents out of Minnesota before they kill another person. And we're up here telling another story of a Minnesotan just trying to live their life without the interference.
Tim Walz has also refused a request from the Trump administration to repeal state sanctuary policies and provide access to Medicaid, food assistance, and voter registration data. Meanwhile, authorities in Minneapolis urge federal authorities to conduct immigration operations with discipline, humanity, and integrity.
To President Trump, this is a moment to act like a leader. Put Minneapolis, put America first in this moment. Let's achieve peace. Let's end this operation, and I'm telling you, our city will come back. Safety will be restored. We're asking for you to take action now to remove these federal agents.
With emotions running high, protesters gathered across Minneapolis to condemn ICE operations. One side read, "Be Pretti, be good." As raids continue, residents have organized warning systems and clashes have broken out. There is growing public discontent with the administration's immigration strategy.
It's really horrific. I mean, the act itself was crazy, and the policy behind it is absolutely insane. It's, fascism in America, so it's really bad. But, I don't know, feel helpless.
As questions mount, a federal judge has ordered agents not to destroy or alter any evidence related to the shooting. A court hearing brought by state and county officials is scheduled later today. President Donald Trump has attributed the deaths of 2 American citizens in Minneapolis to Democratic leadership in the state and city. He accused them of failing to cooperate with his administration's immigration enforcement campaign. Trump said Democratic-run quote-unquote sanctuary cities and states were refusing to work with immigration and customs enforcement. Alex Jeffrey Pretti, a 37-year-old intensive care nurse, was shot dead on January 24th. His death comes just weeks after another U.S. citizen, Renee Good, who was killed by federal agents in the same city. Federal agencies say Pretti approached Border Patrol officers with a loaded handgun during a targeted operation against a suspect nearby and violently resisted attempts to disarm him. They maintain an agent fired multiple shots in self-defense.
When politicians, community leaders, and some journalists engage in that heated rhetoric we keep talking about, when they make the choice to vilify law enforcement, calling law enforcement names like Gestapo, or using the term kidnapping, that is a choice that is made. There are actions and consequences that come from those choices. And then when someone chooses to listen to a politician, a so-called journalist, a community leader that spouted that type of vilification towards law enforcement or anything else, when you choose to listen to that, that is a choice, and there are consequences and actions there also. I think we saw that yesterday.
However, on the contrary, eyewitnesses claim that Pretti was holding a mobile phone, filming agents in a snow-lined street and attempting to shield other protesters as federal officers pushed and pepper sprayed them. They say Pretti was forced to the ground by several agents.
Well, he was walking and stuff, and then the ICE just jumped out of nowhere and just started tackling and tussling with him. He was just walking, and they just surrounded, and he slipped on the ice, and they started tussling with him. And then they hit him in the head with a canister, and then he started tussling with him, and then they shot him. They just killed him right there. He was unarmed. He was just walking. He didn't have no gun or nothing and stuff, you know. He was just dead.
As mourners leave flowers and candles at the shooting scene, this case has become another flashpoint in a broader conversation in the United States about policing, protest, and the human cost of Trump's immigration raids.
The world doesn't fit in boxes, so why should your news? From battlefields to negotiation tables, from internet outrage to real-world injustice. The conversations everyone is having, and the ones they're avoiding. It's the same show, but this new year, Firstpost America gets a new look. I'm Kerry Johnston, and this is Firstpost America.